What's up, everybody? I'm Congilio from Martin Guitar here at Sam Ash today, talking about the Modern Deluxe Series from Martin Guitar. Now, this is a really special series because it truly blends classic appointments with modern technology to really give you sort of something Martin's never done before. And like I said, bringing the technology into guitar building to give us the sound we know and expect from Martin's that we've been playing for many, many years. I'm going to discuss all of the finer points and the attributes of this series. We'll play these two instruments here. Today I have a D18 Modern Deluxe and I have an OM28 Modern Deluxe. Also in the series is a D28 Modern Deluxe and a 00028 Modern Deluxe. And they'll all have the same appointments and feature set across the board. So let's jump in and talk about these instruments. I'll play some of them and compare, what a smaller body guitar might sound like compared to a larger Dreadnought guitar, and what Modern Deluxe might work for you. Okay, let's check them out. So this is the D18 Modern Deluxe. This is really, like I said, a special series because it's something Martin's never done before. So let's break it down and talk about what it is at the heart of it. It's really a D18 with a lot of supercharged appointments. Now, it's got a solid Sitka spruce top. That is our VTS top. So that's our vintage tone system. And it's Sitka, and the bracing is Adirondack, also VTS. It's got mahogany back and sides, because it is a D18, just like we've known and loved for many, many years. And what I might want to mention is this guitar is constructed with a protein glue that's become popular over the years and brought back, frankly, with regard to Martin guitars. Our custom shop uses protein glues a lot. And some will talk about how that type of glue transfers tone differently than a tight bond wood glue does. So already, if you know anything about, sort of higher end acoustic guitars and how they're constructed, these are some buzzwords that are going to start to really move your meter, I would think. So what else makes this Modern Deluxe special? Well, the guitar is really, really light, you'll notice. And if you play some old vintage guitars, particularly vintage Martins, you'll notice how light they are. The lighter the guitar, the better, in my opinion. Back in the late 1800s, some of those guitars they called potato chip guitars because they were so light and just transferred tone so well. Underneath the top and underneath the bridge is something called a bridge plate. And for years, Martin has always used maple, rosewood occasionally as a bridge plate. And there is a carbon fiber bridge plate that lives underneath this top and sits underneath the bridge here. And carbon fiber, a lot lighter material. It sandwiches a piece of maple, actually. So it's transferring tone, it's super light, it's actually very realistic sounding once it's put together with all the other ingredients in this guitar. So we got a carbon fiber bridge plate, we got the VTS top, Adirondack VTS bracing. Now, look at these crazy bridge pins. These are liquid metal bridge pins, and Martin has tested these against traditional bridge pins and found them to be, indeed, a few dB louder. So they decided to add those as well. They look really cool, and they do transfer tone really, really well. If we move to the fingerboard, you'll see that this ebony fingerboard has these gold color frets. So this is an alloy that gives this gold color, and it makes for a very stiff metal, kind of stainless steel-esque, but not quite. But it gives this yellow color, which is really cool. Now, inside of the neck is a truss rod, right? So for many years, Martin used an ebony rod. Now, wood is lighter than metal, and there's some tests that Martin has done where they've actually weighed truss rods, and the titanium truss rod that's in this guitar is significantly lighter than a standard metal truss rod, and really sort of makes the guitar even lighter and more toneful because lighter is better. Just remember that. So, titanium truss rod. We continue to move up the guitar. We have open gear Waverly tuners. Again, a favorite among guitar aficionados who like a light open gear tuner like this. This is an old school headstock. It's a true abalone inlay headstock logo, classic style. This is an entirely new neck design. It is a slim taper, but it's more of the vintage deluxe, as we call it, because we modeled it after an imperfect neck shape that was found on an old guitar in the museum, which I believe was a 45 deluxe of some sort. I think it was a triple O. So they found that this neck shape was very comfortable and slightly, it wasn't, necks in those days weren't cut with computers or anything like that, or any kind of CNC machinery. They were done by hand, and there were sometimes some imperfections that were beneficial to the player. Sort of lighter here, heavier here, thicker here maybe. So this vintage deluxe neck shape really pays homage to that as well. I really enjoy this neck shape a lot. But how does it sound? Well, it's really loud. When you play a guitar that has our VTS system on the top, you notice it's super articulate. The notes seem to really jump out of the guitar. If you like dreadnoughts and you still want to finger pick, that's okay too, because the notes, again, will fly out of this baby. So it sure does look great, that's for sure. And part of it is because it's really set off with this lovely binding. It just really looks like a classy instrument top to bottom, frankly, because it is. So this is the D18 Modern Deluxe, and I'll play the OM28 here momentarily. We'll check that out. Yeah, this is a really cool guitar for sure. This is an OM28 Modern Deluxe. We're talking about the Modern Deluxe series, of course, and this one is super special. There's 4 instruments, like I said, in the series: triple O, OM, D18, and a D28. Really the instruments and the body sizes that brought us to the dance. The cool thing about the 28 series or style in the Modern Deluxe, it's got the herringbone trim, which we know and love, and of course it's VTS top, Adirondack bracing, carbon fiber bridge plate, carbon fiber truss rod, open gear butterbean tuners that are Waverly's, the gold, the alloy frets that give the gold look, and the feel is very stiff and nice and hard for years of usage, so you won't have to refret this guitar after 5 years. And man, it's just a wonderful instrument. And one of the things people don't really remember a lot of times about the OM is that it's the longer scale version of an instrument of this size. The triple O will be the shorter scale, so that means this is going to have the same string tension as a dreadnought. So if you're doing that kind of stuff, the notes are going to jump out in a little different way than with a triple O guitar. That's something to remember. And since it's a 28, a lot of us will know, if you're a Martin fan, if you followed Martin for this many years, that means rosewood back and sides. In this case, it's East Indian rosewood back and sides, and this lovely flame maple binding really sets it off. These instruments are really just something that Martin has never done before, and everybody there is really, really proud of it for sure, as they should be. So let's play a little bit more of these 2 instruments, and we'll see how an OM compares to a D18 Modern Deluxe. Once again, I'm Corey Congilio from Martin Guitars. You can check out these instruments and all of the other guitars at Sam Ash.